DFA Online. News and events from different Philippine embassies and consulates around the world. DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day, I am Win Peñano with today's DFA Online. The Philippine government has reaffirmed its sovereignty over the Spratlys or Kalayaan Island Group and the Scarborough Shoal or Bajo de Masinloc amid what it calls misinformation on the country's territorial extent. In a statement Tuesday, the Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA said the Philippine sovereignty over these areas is incontrovertible, firmly based on international law, effective control, and long-standing recognition through treaties and agreements. The DFA clarified that the treaties of Paris and Washington, as well as the 1930 U.S.-Great Britain Treaty, clearly defined the country's territory, a position also reflected in the 1935, 1973, and 1987 Philippine Constitution. The department also vowed to remain vigilant against attempts to distort historical and legal facts. Meanwhile, Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, J. Tariela, earlier dismissed claims that the Treaty of Paris limits the Philippines' maritime boundaries, calling such interpretation historically and legally inaccurate. He noted that later treaties expanded and clarified the country's archipelagic scope. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. had earlier emphasized that the country's sovereignty transcends colonial boundaries, describing the treaties of Paris and Washington as vital in defining the nation's unity and patrimony.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
In our news, the Philippines has reaffirmed its commitment to advancing global cooperation in education, science, and culture through UNESCO. Philippine Ambassador and Permanent Delegate to UNESCO, Eduardo Jose de Vega, presented his credentials to UNESCO Director General Audrey Azoulay at the organization's headquarters in Paris on October 3. As he assumed his official duties, Ambassador de Vega reiterated the Philippines' strong commitment to promoting collaboration among member states in education, science, culture, and communications. During their meeting, Director General Azoulay wore a piña fabric gifted by Aklan weavers last year and fondly recalled her meeting with them during the Philippines Piña Handloom Weaving exhibit, where they shared their stories and cultural traditions. Ambassador de Vega expressed gratitude for UNESCO's continued support for the Philippines, including the Heritage Emergency Fund for the preservation of the Vegan World Heritage Site, capacity building programs for cultural preservation, and the partnership in hosting the 2025 International Day for Universal Access to Information. The presentation of credentials marks a renewed chapter in the Philippines' engagement with UNESCO and its commitment to protecting and promoting cultural heritage.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
More news from the Philippine Service posts the Philippines and Bhutan have officially established diplomatic relations following the signing of a joint communique in New Delhi on Monday. The agreement was signed by Philippine Ambassador to India, Josel Ignacio, and Bhutan Ambassador to India, Major General Vetsop Namgyel. Ambassador Ignacio said the move gives life to the shared goal of both nations to strengthen friendship and cooperation, guided by the principles of the United Nations Charter and international law. He added that the Philippines looks forward to deeper collaboration in trade, tourism, cultural exchange, and multilateral initiatives. Ambassador Namgyel, meanwhile, expressed appreciation for the Philippines' long-standing support, particularly in training Bhutanese students and officials through programs like the Colombo Plan, ADB, and JICA Third Country Program. He also thanked Manila for sending Filipino experts under Bhutan's Disung Skilling Program, which has provided technical training to Bhutanese youth. With the signing, the Philippines becomes the 58th country to establish diplomatic ties with Bhutan and only the 6th among ASEAN nations to do so.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
And it wraps up today's DFA Online. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, I am Win Peñano. Good day.
DFA Online. News and events from different Philippine embassies and consulates around the world. DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.